Good morning and welcome to another exciting time with our revision with grade 7 work. Today we'll be focusing on, our focus will be on these topics: plane shapes, perimeter and area, algebraic simplification, solid shapes, volume, simple equations, angles between lines, angles in a triangle, and number bases, particularly number base of 2. Now, we will be picking past questions and we'll be going question paper by question paper, and then we'll see how far or how many questions we can cover in the course of this class. Okay, the first question paper I have here comes from 2018-2019, and it's a midterm exam. So the first question that's of interest there is this, question 5 there. It says, calculate the area of a rectangle with length 12 cm and breadth 8 cm. I'll read the question again. Calculate the area of a rectangle with length 12 cm and breadth 8 cm. Let's pick out the key details there. So practice, I'll use the code practice 1. Now the length is what? 12 cm. The breadth is what? 8 cm. What are we told to do? Area. So area, the area of the rectangle, will be equal to length times breadth, which will be 12 times 8. And if you do your multiplication correctly, you have 96 cm squared. Says we should calculate the area of a parallelogram. Practice 2. The area of a parallelogram. Area of parallelogram is equal to base times perpendicular height, which you write as BH. So now in this question, we are told that the height H is equal to 14 cm. The base B is equal to 6 cm. So what would the area be? Area will now be equal to what? 14 rather, times 6, and that will be 84 centimeters squared. So that's the answer to the next one. Now, practice 3. The perimeter of a rectangle is 40 cm and its breadth is 7 cm. Find the length of the rectangle. The perimeter of a rectangle is 40 cm and its breadth is 7 cm. Find the length of the rectangle. Now for this one, I'll just, instead of giving myself trouble, I'll just draw the rectangle. And I'm told the perimeter is 40, so I'll just say perimeter of rectangle is equal to 40 cm. Now, I'm told that the breadth is 7 cm, which means I don't know the length. This is length, this will also be length. This will also be what? Breadth, 7 cm. So we know that perimeter is equal to what? Length plus breadth times 2. The perimeter is 40. That will be 40 equal to what? The length is what? L plus the breadth is what? 7 times what? 2. I will divide both sides by 2. I'll get 20 here. Meaning that the length plus 7 will be equal to what? 20. L will now be what? 20 minus 7, and that is what? 13 cm. So the length of the rectangle will be what? 13 cm. A trapezium is drawn. Look at it. Three, 7, 4, 5, and 8. It's a trapezium. Now you are told to find the perimeter. Find the perimeter of this trapezium. Now, what your teacher is testing here is what are the sides you are going to add. We said perimeter is around the figure. So to be, if you start from here, to be this plus this plus this plus this. You are not to use this at all. So perimeter of trapezium will now be equal to 4 plus 3 plus 7 plus 8. 4 plus 3 plus 7 plus 8. That will be equal to 14 plus 8. 3 plus 4 is 7 plus another 7, that's 14 plus 8, and that will give you 22 centimeters. So that's the perimeter of that trapezium. Now, question 9 is testing your knowledge of angles in a straight, angles between lines. So practice 5 is testing your knowledge of angles between lines. 5, angles between lines. So I'll just put in the angles between lines. Just to help you remember what that question is testing. Now this is what you are given. Look at it. You are told this is 58 degrees and this is A. Now this is angle on a straight line. The angle on a straight line is 180 degrees. So angles on a straight line is or sum up to 180 degrees. So that's what they are testing there. So for this question, A plus 58 degrees will be equal to 180 degrees. What is the reason? Angles on a straight. Okay, your teacher will normally write it in full. So let me write it in full. Angles on a straight line. Angles on a straight line. So from here, A will be equal to 180 degrees minus 58 degrees. And that will give you 122 degrees. I believe everybody can do simple addition and subtraction. I believe everybody in this class can do that. This is practice question. The 5. Oh, who's asking that question? You are not to use 5. In practice 4, you are not to use 5. Perimeter means round the figure, not inside the figure. So I remember I told you that you can't use 5. Okay, so please let's be listening attentively. Right, so that's for question practice 5. So let's go to practice 6. Practice 6 is this. Practice 6 is this. Now, how do you do this? Now, B is equal to 80 degrees. What is the reason? Vertically opposite angles. I don't know that uncle has told you that. If I have an angle here and this angle can look at this direction with these lines drawn like this, bisecting lines, then this angle will be the same value as this angle. So B is what? 80 degrees, and that is what? Vertically opposite angles. Is that okay? All right, that's for practice 6. Now look at practice 7. You have this. Or rather, sorry, you have x, 3x, and what? 2x. Maybe I should transfer practice 7 here. Let me transfer. Are we through with this part? Practice 7. We are told to find, it says find the largest angle. Question says find the largest angle. Now from this arrangement, the largest angle is going to be 3x. The largest angle is going to be 3x. Largest angle will be this 3x. Now, hello? The largest angle will be the 3x. So, but remember that x plus 3x plus 2x will be equal to 180 degrees. What is the reason? Angles on a straight line. Angles on a straight line. So when you add all of this, you're going to get 6x equal to 180 degrees. You divide both sides by 6, x will be equal to what? 30. So meaning that 3x will now be equal to what? 30 times 3. So that is 90 degrees. Remember that you are told to look for the largest angle, and the largest angle. So largest angle, comma, is what? 3x, and that will be this. So I'll just give us all right, so let's go to the next one. Now, the next question in practice 8 is a test of volume. It says calculate the volume of a cuboid tank whose edges measure 5.2 meters each. Calculate the volume of a cuboid tank whose edges measure 5.2 meters each. Now, what it means is that what you have is a cube with sides what? Equal to what? 5.2 meters. So volume, the fact that they told you that each side is 5.2 should tell you that it's what? A cube. It should tell you that it's a cube. Should tell you that it is a cube. So that will be equal to what? L cubed. So that will be what? 5.2 times 5.2 times 5.2. Okay, if I should clean this out. 5.2 times 5.2 times 5.2. So how do you do that? Let's multiply that. You do this one first. When you get the answer, then use that answer to do 5.2. So let everybody try that now. Let's try that quickly now. This will be 5.2 times 5.2 will give me 104 and then 260. So what you get here, you multiply 0, 4, carry 1, and that's 7. Please take note that this is the one you have to do. So I need everybody to try it out. This is not the focus of the topic. It's expected that you should be able to do this. Times, then you go with 5, will be 0. 5 times 0 is what? 0 plus 2. 3 times 5 is 5. Carry of 3. 3 times 5 again is 15, or 5 times 7 is 35. Put down 5, carry 3. 3 times 5 is 15 plus 3. That will be what? 18. So this will give you 8, 0, 6, 2, 9, 1. (192.6 watts meter cube). Volume is measured in what? Meter cube. For some reason, the answer I'm having is not there. So let's check if we made a mistake somewhere. Two, 3. All right, so that's the answer. So sometimes you have to be careful with answers, because sometimes you solve a problem and the answer may not be among the options. So that's that. You can solve later and check if what we have done is correct. So let's go to practice 9. Practice 9. Practice 9. In practice 9, we are told that a rectangular tank measures 10 cm by 20 cm by 20 cm. A rectangular tank measures 10 cm by 20 cm by 20 cm. That is 10 cm by 20 cm by 20 cm. Now, this is a rectangular tank. A rectangular tank is also a cuboid. A rectangular tank is what? A cuboid. Now, I said, what is its capacity in liters? What is the capacity in liters? First of all, you must get its capacity in volume. So volume will be equal to 10 times 20 times 20, which will now give you 4,000 cm cube. 1 liter is equal to 1,000 cm cube. So volume bracket in liters will now be equal to 4,000 divided by 1,000. And that will give you what? 4 liters. So that's it. 4,000 divided by 1,000. And the answer will be 4 liters. So let me give you some time to digest that. Let's continue. Let's go to question. The next question here is question 14, but which will be your practice 10. Here, it is saying that a rectangular tank 2 meters long. So rectangular tank, that's what we're considering. The length is what? 2 meters. Sorry, a rectangular tank 6 meters long, 6 meters by 2 meters, meaning that the breadth is what? 2 meters. A rectangular tank 6 meters long by 2 meters wide holds 36 meter cube of water. It means the volume is what? 36 meter cube. It says, how deep is the water in the tank? How deep is the water in the tank? How deep is the water in the tank. Now, remember that volume is equal to length times breadth times height. Now, we have been given volume to be 36. We have been given length to be 6. We have been given breadth to be 2 times the height. So what do we do now? I can divide both sides by 6. And I can also divide both sides by 2. So it means 3 is equal to height, and then the height will now be what? 3. Now, somebody may say, Uncle, but what they told us here is depth. Good. Height is equal to depth. When we're talking about volume, height is the same description as depth. Height means take from top up, while depth means take from a ground level down. So this will now be what? The depth will be equal to 2 or 3 meters. Don't worry, I'll also snap the question and send to you. I will snap the full question paper and send to you. So you can look at the question and then check out which one is done. Maybe for our revision tomorrow, I will snap the question before we start solving them, so that you can go through them and maybe copy them into your notebook. All right. Question 11, practice 11. You are given this. 110 degrees, and this is what? X degrees. Now, how do you handle this question? These two lines are parallel. These two lines are parallel. And when you're talking about parallel lines, there are two major types of angles you consider there. Corresponding or what? Alternate. Now, if you look at this 110 degrees, this angle here will also be 110 degrees. Why? Because this angle is corresponding to this angle. This angle is corresponding to this angle. This angle is corresponding to this angle. So once we've gotten this to be 110, it means that x plus the 110 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. What is the reason for this? Angles on a straight line. So x will now be equal to 180 minus 110 degrees. And that will be 70 degrees. And that will be 70 degrees. Okay, so let's go to practice 12. In that question, we are given this. Look at it. Now, this is another setting of parallel lines. This line is parallel to this line. We have treated corresponding angles. Now, what are alternate angles? If you look at it, where this angle will alternate with this. So this will be what? 4y also. So this will now be on a straight line. So 4y plus 5y will be equal to 180 degrees. So meaning that what? What's the reason? Angles on a straight line. Angles on a straight line. So you will solve and you have what? 9y equal to 180 degrees. I divide both sides by 9. I'm going to get y equal to what? 20 degrees. Remember I said that my basic assumption is that your addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division is working fine. That's what I need to work with that assumption so that I can run. All right, that's practice 12. Okay. Now the next one says find the circumference of a circle whose diameter is 28. So diameter equal to 28 cm. So pi is equal to 22/7. They say find the circumference of a circle whose diameter is this. So circumference, which is C, will be equal to what? 2 pi r or pi d. In this case, we are given pi and d. And that will give you 88 centimeters. So the circumference is now what? 88 centimeters. The area of a floor, 3 meters square. That is 3 by 3. That's what your teacher said it is. The area of a floor, 3 meters square. That is 3 by 3. That is the area. So what is the area of a 3 by 3 meters by 3 meters square floor? So what it means is that area will be equal to 3 times 3. And what is that? 9 meters square. Settle. That's a very straightforward question. The next question says, find the area of the triangle. Now, this is a triangle given. This is 6. This is 10. 6, this is 10. This is 8. This is 6 cm. This is 8, this is 6, this is 10. Now you are told to find the area of the triangle. What is area of triangle? Area of triangle is equal to half base times height. That is half BH. What is your base in this question? Your base is 6 plus 10. Let's come down and look at that too. Your base is what? 6 plus 10 times, what is your height? This is your height. Please, maybe I should alter this. Perpendicular height. Anytime you see the letter H in mensuration, in geometry or in mathematics, that is perpendicular height. It's a special type of height, meaning vertical height. So times 8. This will give you half times 16 times 8. 8, 1. So that will be 8 times 8, and that will be what? 64 centimeters squared. So the area is what? 64 centimeters squared. How many cubes of edge 2 cm can be fitted into a cube container of dimension 12 cm by 10 cm by 6 cm? What does the question want you to do? Very simple. Calculate the volume of the cube and calculate the volume of the cuboid. The number of cubes will now be the volume of the cuboid divided by the volume of the cube. So let's see how that works. So volume of cube, a cube has all the sides equal, will now be what? 2 cube, which is 8 centimeter cube. Volume of cuboid will be equal to 12 times 10 times 6, which will be 120 times 6, which will be 720 cm cube. Number of cubes will now be equal to what? 720 divided by 8, and that will be 90. So the final answer is what? 90 cubes. So there will be 90 cubes that will fit into a cuboid of that dimension. All right, so this is the diagram we have for this question. This is 70, this is Y, this is 25, this is Z, this is W, this is X. So how do we solve that? All right, so how would you do that now? So when it comes to this aspect of maths, I can't tell you which one to start with. That's the truth. I can't tell this where you must start. Where you start with is a function of what you can see. Now, I can start with Y and 70. Y plus 70 is equal to 180 degrees. Y plus 7 is equal to 180 degrees. What is the reason? Angles on a straight line. Y, let's clean that way, plus 70. Look at it here. Y plus 70 is angle on a straight line. So from here, Y will be equal to 180 minus 70 degrees, and that will be 110 degrees. That settles that. Now, what's the next thing you do? Look at it again. W is equal to 25 degrees. W is equal to 25 degrees. What's the reason? Alternate angles, alternate angles, alternate angles. Let me write it in full. Alternate angles. If I were taking a higher class, I would use another method. Now, I've gotten what? I've gotten W. Now, if you watch carefully, I've gotten Y. I've gotten, I need to get Z. This is a triangle. So Y plus Z plus 25 is equal to 180 degrees. What's the reason? Angle sum of triangle. I'm trying to improvise. If I were to teach you this topic from scratch, I will teach you how to write in shorthand. But because we are preparing for your exam, I would improvise some things. But when I get to take you this topic in full, I will take you as it ought to be. So I'm just managing to see I can just give you what you need for the test. Now look at this. We have gotten Y to be 110. So this will be 110 plus Z, which I don't know, plus 25 equal to 180 degrees. I will add this to this. So 110 plus 25 plus Z is equal to 180 degrees, meaning that 135 plus Z is equal to 180 degrees, and Z will be equal to 180 minus 135. The final answer will be 45 degrees. With that in place, we need to get x. I already know W, I know this angle, but I don't know this angle. So what do I do? W plus x plus 95 is equal to 180 degrees. What is the reason? The reason again is angle sum of triangle. Angle sum of triangle. So with that, I know what W is. W is 25. So 25 plus x plus 95 is equal to 180 degrees. So it means that 25 plus 95 plus x is equal to 180 degrees. So at this point, I can now wipe this off. And then it will now be 120 plus x equal to 180 degrees, meaning that x is equal to what? 180 minus 120. Hope I got that right. And that will be equal to 60 degrees. Please, while you're revising, you can verify my answers. All right, so we have gotten y, we have gotten w, we have gotten z, and we have gotten x. So everything is well solved. Now, let's look at practice 19. Question 19. Ten, 6, 6, 26. And this area is shaded. So let's draw it. That will be practice 19. And I think I can solve that here. Now, if you look at this diagram, we are told to find the area. Say calculate the area. Calculate the area. Now, how do you calculate the area of this kind of figure? You will need to break it. You're going to have a rectangle plus a semicircle. So area of figure will be equal to area of rectangle plus area of what? Semicircle. Now, if you watch this, this is 10, this will also be 10. From here to here is 26. Now, if I remove 26 from here, I'm going to get that what will be left to be 14. So this length here, which is your diameter, D, this diameter, which is equal to D, is actually what? 26 minus 6 plus 6. And 6 plus 6 is what? 12, meaning 26 minus 12. So this diameter here will be what? 14. So the diameter will be what? 14. So diameter D is equal to 14. So what is the area? Area of figure will now be equal to the area of the rectangle will be 26 times 10 plus the area of the semicircle will be half what? Pi r squared. Now what is r in this setup? Okay, pi r squared. Let me write it like that. So that will be 260 plus half times 22 over 7 times, if the diameter is 14, it means the radius should be what? D over 2, and that will be what? 7. So this will be 7 squared. So that will be what? 260 plus 1 over 2 times 22 over 7 times 7 times 7. Because 7 squared means 7 multiplied twice. So this will go with this. This will go here 1. This will go here 11. So this will be 260 plus 11 times 7. 11 times 7. That will be what? 77. When you add these two together, you get 337 centimeter squared. And that will be the area of that figure. That will be the area of that figure. Funny enough, one of the questions I said we should solve yesterday, they solved it here. That was the same question your teacher said. Remember the question I said that the diameter of a bicycle wheel is 56 centimeters. If you remember yesterday, find the circumference of the wheel. Hence, find the distance by the wheel in 3 revolutions. See, these are the kind of questions your teacher will set for you. I'm very confident about it. So we'll stop here for today. What I will do, thank you for your time, and we hope to continue tomorrow with this exercise. I will complete them, and I guess you'll be ready for your exam on Monday.